Hello you guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back if you're new here. Thank you so much for coming back if you're returning, and thank you so much for clicking on this video if you're new here. So today I am going to be answering a question that was asked in my last video actually, but I felt that it deserved its own video because there were a few different ways to answer this question, and that is, what have you learned in your loc journey? Why did I say that so slow? What have you learned in your loc journey? So I wrote down a couple of points that I wanted to remember. You know, I love this case to this iPad, but it's like, it should have a setting where you can sit it straighter up, because why do y'all think my screen needs to be so far back? So we're gonna hop right into the video. Make sure that you guys like, comment, and if you're new here, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. The first thing that I learned is probably what you're going to hear the most, is trusting the process. That is something that you hear even before you lock up. I'm pretty sure that most people, not all people, I know, relax. I'm pretty sure that most people going into their loc journey do a little bit of research, or you know, just watch some videos, or maybe they see Instagram videos or TikToks or whatever the case may be, to each his own. And usually there's always videos saying to trust the process, or the caption to somebody's picture will say trust the process. Trust the process, okay? Don't take that lightly. It teaches you a different type of patience. It was very exciting to start the journey because I wanted to see what the journey was gonna look like. I wanted to see the progress. I was excited to keep it going and, you know, document my journey and all that so that I could look back on it. And I look back on it now and I'm like, holy shit, like that's, you guys, take pictures, okay? I did not add that to the list, but that's another thing I learned. Take pictures, okay? Take pictures of everything. Patience is something that is a bonus to the journey. You get more than just good looks in the end, but you really do learn that things come with time. Change comes with time, whether you want it to or not, because there are freeformers out there who, you know, maybe accidentally have a loc or two in their hair because they just haven't brushed it in who knows how long. It's one of those just naturally occurring things that you really learn to just trust the process. And it's like, you know, patience is genuinely a virtue. And that kind of taps into the next point, which was the beauty of a loc journey. That was another thing that I learned. I think that it's so amazing to see so many different locs and so many different starter locs, so many different just journeys. I started with 2 strands, and my 2-strand pattern faded around like month 4, I want to say, maybe 4 or 5. I don't remember, but I'll put it on the screen. But I remember being at my old job and I saw somebody who had locs, and they were 2 strands, but they were frizzy, so it looked like maybe like a month or 2. Like they were new, like you could see the twist pattern, but they were long. And so I was like, oh, how long have you been locked? And she was like, oh, it'll be 2 years in October. And I was like, oh, okay. Because obviously I didn't want to be like, what the fuck? So I was just like, oh, okay, 2 years. That's nice. But in my head I was like, what? But that is when I couldn't have even been 3 months locked yet. I was like 2 or 3 months locked. I was at the beginning phases of my journey and I was still learning the beauty of a loc journey. But even within that, like just watching the process is just something that you really learn to love. Every time I see somebody with locs, I'm like, I love your hair. Whether it's retwisted or not, their shit could genuinely look crazy and I'm gonna be like, yo, your hair looks fire. I just love locs that much. Like, I want you to know that I love your fucking hair. I don't care that it's not done right now, but it looks amazing, if somebody hasn't told you that today. And that also goes into the next point that I was gonna bring up, which is embracing your natural hair. Locs are just your natural hair, you guys. Let me tell you a funny story. So I was at work one day, and I work at a hospital, for those of you who don't know, and I was pushing this little boy in a wheelchair, and there was a nurse with me, and it was kind of like an awkward trip to radiology because nobody was talking to each other. Like, the little boy didn't really want to talk, which is understandable. Then the nurse was like, she said something about his hair. Like, she was like, we want to see your real hair. or like, she's like, what are you gonna do with this? Something like that, I don't know. And he said something, but it was like, he said something along the lines of, oh, like, it's not done right now, or something like that. And I was like, no, like, your hair looks fine. Because he had, I don't know how long he had locks for, but they were mature, but they were not retwisted. Mind you, this kid is in the fucking hospital. Why would he be thinking about getting his hair retwisted? But whatever. She did say that she wanted to see his real hair or something like that. And I was like, that is his real hair. And I had a head wrap on that day, and I was like, I got that. And I wasn't talking to her at this point because she didn't even deserve my attention. I was looking at him, and I was like, I got that under my head wrap right now. It's not done right now, so I had to conceal it a little bit. And he just started laughing. But I was like, yeah, like, bitch, you could go back upstairs. We don't even need you. But yeah, loc journeys, my loc journey just really allowed me to embrace my natural hair. Even to sit down, like, to make this video, like, putting my hair up into a ponytail real quick was nothing. Like, I love being able to just get up and go, spray my hair real quick, or, you know, if I want to throw a head wrap on, I can. You can still get cute with locks and do a style if you want to. Like, I love my hair. Like, if you know me, you know the love that I have for my hair. The next and final point, wow, now that I'm already on to the final point, I'm like, this is actually not a very long video at all. So I'm sorry that I took so long to get it out to you guys. Like, I'm so sorry. I've been reading, okay? Book 2 video coming soon, all right? Stay tuned, babies. But the last point that I wanted to touch on is that my loc journey humbled me a lot, okay? One thing about loc journeys is that they have a little bit of a stereotype, I want to say. I remember being a part of, well, I am still a part of the loc community, but I remember like the early days of being like more involved in the loc community, and there was just a lot of stigma behind locked women, that they have crystals and they're spiritual and they are vegans, and I don't know, it was just a stereotype. I remember laughing because that was something that I had tapped in for a little bit, was like, you know, crystals and spirituality and all that. But I honestly think that that was just like a trend that everybody was kind of tapping into. But because it did have to do with your higher self and rising up and, you know, just being better, I think that's why so many people clinged on to it. And when I say so many people, I mean me, because it was definitely something that I looked at as like self-help and self-care, especially because of the spirituality aspect of it. But when it comes to new age spirituality, I just don't see a reason to add in things like evil eyes and crystals and things of that nature. Just the spirit, the universe has been around for so long that at one point we weren't even thinking about crystals. That was not a topic of conversation between anybody. So, and don't get me wrong, I haven't really done my research. I don't know how long crystals have been around. They've knowing it's a fucking crystal, so it's probably been around for a long time. But how long have people been using it as like a worldwide healing spirituality thing? I don't know, and I just don't think that it's necessary, if I'm being 100% honest with you. I just think it's one of those things where if you have faith and you put in the work behind that faith, whatever you want is gonna happen. And that does go behind like manifestation, and you know, it's another form of spirituality for real. But I just don't think that crystals and rocks and shit need to be, I said rocks. I cannot believe I just said rocks. I just don't think that like crystals and evil eyes and things of that nature need to be added into it. Even like sages and things of that sort. Like I don't think that they're necessary. But meditation, I still do it. Manifestation, I still believe in it. I don't believe in like sitting down and, you know, writing it 5 times and shit, but I do believe that you manifest your life. So that got completely off topic, but I said all that to say that my loc journey definitely humbled me in a sense of awareness. Actually, not awareness, self-awareness. I am not only more aware of my own thoughts and my own actions, I'm aware of the relationships that I have with people, how people treat me, how people treat themselves and the people around them. I really do think that my loc journey is something that helped me with that, because if it wasn't for my loc journey, I would have never created my Instagram, and my Instagram is what it is today. I literally went back down to 99.9K because I got shadow banned again, so I'm gonna hit 100K for the third time. We're not gonna talk about it. Just get me to 100K here. The attention and the support that I get from my Instagram is honestly sometimes overwhelming, and a lot of times I don't know what to do with that attention besides give into it. And it definitely helped me to stay humble at times, because you know, I had to remind myself, like, hey, Aaliyah, you still at the end of the day are just an ordinary girl. I'm just an ordinary girl. You just have nice hair, and more people are noticing that you're beautiful. So yeah, my Instagram definitely something that I'm appreciative of for that reason. Or I'm not gonna say alone, because it's definitely not the only reason that I'm appreciative of it. But that is one of the reasons that I'm very appreciative of all of my platforms, because you guys really do help me to remember, like, Aaliyah, you need to be humble. Like, you're not, like, you are not Beyonce, bitch, okay? Beyonce don't need to be humble. I don't care what anybody says. She does not need to be humble. She's Beyonce. I'm not Beyonce. I need to humble myself. But, you know, it's still okay to be that girl. I'm still that girl, but just be humble about it. But that is actually it for today's video. I didn't think it was gonna be this short, but as long as I got it out to you guys is all that I care about. I appreciate you guys for being here and always tuning into my videos. I love you guys so much, and stay tuned, because I have a feeling that the next couple months are going to be a little different. So, or not, well, I don't know, we'll see. I hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, or night, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.